All right, guys, let's continue on with Dante's Inferno of the Divine Comedy. Dante, Inferno, Canto 30. Think of that age when Juno, racked with wrath, so envious of Semele, expressed her spite over and over against the blood of Thebes. That was a time when Athamas ran mad. He saw his wife, who carried as she went in either arm the load of their two sons, and yelled, "Come on, let's spread those nets, I mean, to stalk them all, both whelps and lioness." He then stretched out his unrelenting claws. He grasped one child, Learchus was his name. He whirled him round, he dashed him on a stone. His wife drowned, loaded with their second son, when likewise ever-turning fate brought down in flames the Trojans from all daring height. And so together king and kingdom broke. Hecuba, grieving wretched, now enslaved, first saw Polyxena, her daughter, dead, and then to find there, laying along the margin of the sea, her youngest, Polydorus, barked in her lunacy like any cur. The pain of it so wrenched her mind askew. Yet no fury known in Troy or Thebes was ever seen in anyone to strike so viciously at beast or human limb, as now I saw in two blank, naked shades, who racing round that circle gnashed and gored as swine do when their pigsty is unbarred. One got One got Capocchio at the very knot of neck and spine. His tusks sank in, then round the hard pit floor he hauled him, belly scraping. The Eretine, still there, spoke all a tremble. That banshee idiot is Gianni Schicchi. He rages on and treats us all like that. Really, I answered, well, let's hope his fangs don't pierce your rear. But not to trouble you, please say who's that before it springs away. That soul was known in legend, he declared. It's Myra the depraved, beyond the bounds of love, as love should be her father's friend. She made her way to meet him in that sin, shaping herself in counterfeit disguise. So too the other shooting off. To win a mare, the queen of all the hurt, he shaped in counterfeit the guise of dying Bioso, whose testament attested thus was sound. And now when these two raging shades, on whom till now I'd fixed my eye, had gone their way, I turned and looked at other ill-created souls, and one I saw was fashioned like a lute, or would have been if severed at the groin, to amputate those parts where humans fork. Dropsy, osmosis of a morbid flux, that decomposes as the swellings rise, all natural fit, so face and paunch mismatch, constrained him so his mouth hung open wide. So too in fever victims racked with thirst, one lip curls back, the lower meets the chin. O you who pass and know no pain, the why I cannot understand through this mean world, so he began. Behold and hold in mind the miseries of master craftsman Adam. I had alive my share of all I sought, and now I crave, alas, the merest water drop. Those brooks that trickle down the high green hills to reach the Arno from the Casentine, and as they run, make channels chill and moist, stand always in my sight. And not in vain the image of them parches me far more than this disease that strips my face of meat. Unbending justice probes me to the core. It takes its hint from regions where I sin, meaning the more to put my sighs to flight. Here Fort Romena stands, and here I forged fake specie, printed with baptism mark. On that account I left up there my body burned. Yet could I only glimpse those woeful souls, Guido and Sandro or their brother here, I'd not exchange the brand of spring for that. Already in there's one of them, if those crazed shadows as they whirl around speak truth. What use is that to me? My limbs are bound, if only I were still so light and lithe to travel in 100 years 1 inch. Already I'd have started on that path, seeking him out from all this filthy clan. And this ditch turns 11 miles around, nor is it less than half a mile across. I'm only in this mess because of them. They led me on. I counterfeited florins, so each contained 3 carats worth of dross. And who, I said, are those two so-and-sos, steaming as wet hands do on winter days, those lying tight against your left frontier? I found them here, he said. They've not turned since. As soon as they showered down upon this midden, I do not think they'll budge in all eternity. Joseph was falsely charged by that she there. The other just as false is Sinon, Trojan Greek. Their biting fever brews that curdled reek. Then one of them who took it much amiss, or so I'd guess, to hear his name so sullied, now thumped that tight-stretched belly with his fist. It rumbled forth as though it were a drum. Adam, the master, countered with his arm to strike him no less hard across the face, and said, "It may well be I cannot move, seeing how heavy I've become in limb, but still my arms are free to do the job." The answer came, "You weren't as free as that when arms trussed up you went to mount the pyre. Your arms were free, though, in their forging days. There the Hydroptic said, "You speak mere truth, yet as a witness you were not so true at Troy, when true words were required of you. While I spoke false and you struck dodgy coin, but I'm here," Sinon said. "For one plain fault you were accused of more than any demon. The horse, remember that, you lying cheat." This came in answer out of swollen guts. "Tough luck on you that all the world knows that. And tough on you," the Greek replied, "the thirst that cracks your bloated tongue, the bilge that swells that belly to a hedgerow round your eyes. At which, yeah, the coiner, sickness has stretched your mouth. What's new? To tearing point. I may be dry, I'm swollen ripe with pus, but you're burnt out. Your sick head throbs and aches. It wouldn't take too much, a word or so, to make you lick the mirror of Narcissus." All ears I strained to listen in until I heard my teacher speak. "Go on, just gaze. It won't take much for me to fight with you." And when I heard his words so near to wrath, I turned towards him with a shame that, still on calling it to mind, bruised vertigo. Like someone dreaming of a harm to come, who dreaming yearns for this to be some dream, and hence desires what is as though it weren't. So was I now, for wishing I could speak, and so excuse myself. I so excused myself, and did not think that all along I did. "Less shame," my master said to me, "makes clean far greater fault than yours has been. And so cast off the weight of all your misery. Consider well, I'm always by your side. Remember this, if fortune leads you on to where such spats as this are played out loud, to wish to hear such stuff is pretty low."